Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Bryant, and we got two special guests with us today. We got Chris and Courtney. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome,
What's
bro.
up, my brother?
Welcome
How you
back.
doing, man? Oh, yes, sir.
Welcome
Part two.
back.
Volume
Part two. So we got, Courtney, the wife in the building.
Hi.
So let's talk about your story a little bit. Let's bring it back and, where you from?
I'm from Tampa, born and raised. I am wife and stay-at-home mom of two little ones, Kobe and Christopher. Well, I'll switch that. Christopher and Kobe. I dabble in real estate. I say dabble because I do take my seasons off and just let him do his thing, and then I'll come back in and test the waters a little bit. But yeah, that's me.
How'd y'all meet?
You want to be honest?
Yeah.
Is this a safe place?
It's a safe place, bro.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah. Yeah, so originally we met at the strip club. To be honest with you, for sure. We met at the strip club, bro. I was going through like a little tough time in life. I started real estate in 2016. My mentor is from Tampa, Florida. And I was doing my thing. 2016 to like 2018. And we was closing some deals, bro. I was doing all right. It did take me 6 months to do my first deal, but after I did my first deal, like the momentum, you know about the momentum. Like the momentum just kept banging. And then I got comfortable. You know what I mean? So I just started chilling and looking at the bank account. And I'm like, yo, I could live off of this joint for like 12 months, B. You hear me? So I really stopped doing what got me the deals.
Yeah.
And, bro, I just started going to the strip club every day. I was just having a tough time, like back at home, I was just having a tough time, like mentally. So I'm just going to the club every day. I don't know if you know, but in Tampa, it's a night for everything. Like Sunday is this.
That's what I heard Tampa was known for too, even back in New York, like clubs.
Monday is this, Tuesday this, Wednesday, like there's a night for everything. So my homies will tell you, fam, like I'm out there every single night. Blowing. And one night I'm just walking around the club and I got my head down on my phone, I'm arguing with somebody. You know what I mean? And I hear somebody say, "Oh, what's up? What's good?" And I look up and I'm like, I'm straight.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I ain't asked you if you was straight. Yeah. And then I looked up and saw like, oh, shorty cute.
Yeah.
No, my fault. What's good? And from that moment, you know what I mean? I ain't never get no dance with her or really nothing, bro. Anytime I seen her, we would just vibe on some good conversation. You hear me? And it's like, I get dances from everybody else or whatever. But anytime I seen her, we were just on some convo type stuff. She had to go work or whatever. She's like, yo, I'll be right back. Cool, I'm right here. She come back. We finished picking up where we left off on the conversation. And like I said, it's a night in Tampa for everything. So Sunday I might be at a spot. Then Monday I go to another spot. Same thing with the dancers. They know, okay, this spot is Sunday, Monday. So every spot, I'm seeing them.
Yeah.
He's following me.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, right?
Everywhere I go, he's right there. So
you can't really go nowhere else. Like everybody's going to the same spots every night.
But he liked the vibe.
Yeah,
he liked the vibe.
Rocking with the vibe. To the point where when I go out, I'm starting to look for her. Now I'm like, what's Shaw? Like, what? And I ain't know it. She ain't tell me her name. I just know a dancer name. You know what I mean? So
can't get the real name.
Yeah, I was looking for a fam, and we just kind of kicked it off like on some organic stuff, fam. Like just on some organic stuff.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So when did you start teaching her the real estate game? Because I see it online, signing papers, calling sellers. I'm like, ooh, this is dope, So
go ahead.
I don't know if did you ever really sit down? I don't think you ever he never sat down and taught me.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like I picked up, and then he'll tell me to do little stuff. Oh, let me show you how to do this listing. Let me show you how to put this in. Let me show you. Then eventually I was like, I want to cold call. And he's like, okay, here's the script. Here's some numbers. Go do your thing. He always says, my first call is my usually the deal that I lock up. Like, you get me on the phone one time, it's over. Like, I got them. So I did that. I got his list, called the first, I think I had like maybe a list of like 20. The first day I had my 2 deals under contract.
Man.
Like, offer it.
And this is houses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know that was like challenging because, you know, I did houses. You know, it ain't just like, hey, da da da, and block it up. So, like, were you nervous at first? Was
Oh
it
my
just
gosh,
like.
yes. I'm such a nervous person. Like, if I'm put in a situation and just told to like go, I'm like, well, wait. But once I'm going, like, I'm just in there. I kind of have like a gift of gab and convincing people to do things. Not in a bad way, but like, I'm just very convincing once I'm on the phone. So I ended up with this older guy. His name was John, and it was a short sale. We ended up doing was a short sale with him. His house was in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure. It was about to go back to the bank, so he's like, yeah, come in, let me see what you could do. I ended up getting him out there, and we ended up locking it up.
And how much y'all made from that deal?
The guy owed about a little over 100,000. It was a house in Ybor City. I believe you got him off of a call. She got him off of a call, and then she set up the appointment for for us to go over there. And the guy just loved her, fam. Like, I know if it was just me, I wouldn't have got the deal. And that's why I started calling Courtney like my secret weapon for sure. Because like the older guys, they would gravitate to her. Me and the older guys be doing this. The older ladies like me though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with the older ladies, but the older guys, dog, the ones that I like really butt heads with, bro, they fall in love with her. They love her. At first, she didn't even know, like, when we met, she didn't even know, like, what I did. You know what I mean? This before I had chains and stuff like that. Like, I wasn't no fashion dude. I ain't have nothing really to show who I was or what I did. And I stayed in my mentor's apartment. It didn't even have a bedroom. It's a studio apartment. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't really know who I was or what I did. She just know I'm just some guy coming to the strip club throwing bread. But once we locked in for real, you know, she started to catch on that I did real estate. And I could tell that she was intrigued about it. So I would just show her like little stuff. And when she found John, she set, like I say, she set up the appointment, and John was losing it, and he was up there in age. He didn't really remember stuff like that. He had a daughter who was taking advantage of him, type stuff, and you know, she basically was his safe place. So he owed 100. We offered the bank, I think, like 50,000. The bank accepted a offer for 70. And like 71. And once we got the approval in writing, I found a buyer, my boy Ryan. He buy deals from me like all the time. I knew he was a cash buyer in Tampa. He paid us $91,000 for the deal, and we split it 50-50. The 22, we split it 50-50. We each got our own check for 11 bands.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So, Courtney, how'd that feel, you know?
That was amazing, because I think that was probably the biggest amount of money that I've seen. So it was great to cash a whole check that was just mine. Yeah. I was like, we don't have to split. We don't have to like nothing. He's like, no, it's yours. I'm like, wow. Yeah. This is what this is. Like, okay.
It wakes you up to the game.
Yeah, it kind of make you want to play a little more, even though, you know, it is hard to get the people, especially with foreclosures and like short sales. That's such a touchy subject for homeowners. Like, that's their baby, that's their house, that's their love. Like, and the bank trying to take it now. You coming over here talking about you want to take it, and like it's just touchy. Yeah.
And then she ended up getting 2 more after that. A lady named
Paula.
Paula came first,
and then
she referred. Like after we did Paula's, was able to list it. We made some good bread on that one from a realtor standpoint, and then we was able to get another wholesale deal off of the referral. Paula liked her so much. She had a homegirl who was losing her house, and she referred Courtney to her homegirl, and we ended up helping the lady save her house. And that was one of the biggest deals we ever did. By the end of the deal, I think we ended up making like $80-something thousand on that deal. Yeah.
From both of them or just one?
Nah, just that one on Jen. Paula's was just a listing.
Yeah.
She wanted to sell Courtney the house
Yeah,
though.
she wanted to give it to us.
But at the time, we just wasn't suited to be landlords.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we could have probably did it though. And today I kicked myself in the behind because she was saying like, "Yo, buy it, buy it, buy it." I'm like,
no.
Not sure. Yeah.
I'm like, we just need to list it and be safe. But
Yeah.
I look at that crib today. That crib worth over $380. The lady was gonna sell it to us for $124.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But at least the referral one y'all got, you know, for $80K. That's dope.
Yeah.
You know, just word of mouth, doing good business.
Yeah.
You know.
Secret weapon.
So I seen y'all also doing the Turo business together. How did that even start?
This one at the car dealership, he called me. He's like, I bought a car. I'm like, what do you mean you bought a car? Like, for what?
Yeah.
Then he goes back the next day. And he's like, babe, I'm about to buy another car. I'm like, you just bought a car, like, yesterday. I kid you not. It was like, I mean, back to back to back to back to back. And we ended up with, he had like 4 before I was like, okay, let me see. So I ended up using the car that I already had. I had a Corolla. So I was like, okay, let's see what that does. And then I ended up buying a Charger. My first car I bought by myself. I was like, okay, let's do it. So I bought a Charger and I bought a Camaro. And we took off. We ended up having like 9 altogether.
I had a fleet.
Yeah, literally.
We had 8 cars in a Sprinter van. How I found out about it, I'm not saying I was getting bored with real estate, but you know, just scrolling on Instagram and on YouTube, you see other people in other industries, and you intrigued about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was seeing this Turo game, how you could rent out your car and get other people to pay you for your car and basically turning your liability into an asset. And I'm thinking of like, in my life, what's a liability? And I'm like, yo, I got this. I had just bought a new Charger because I seen my mentor had bought a 911 Porsche.
Yeah.
So I was closing deals and I'm like, yo, I'm finna get a brand new car too. You know what I mean? So I had got the Charger. Then I started seeing the videos on YouTube for some Turo dudes. And I'm like, let me just list it. I went and took some pictures of it, listed it, and the Charger started to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, all right, I'm finna go get another one.
Yeah.
So that's when I called her. I'm like, yo, I'm at the dealership. I just bought another Charger. She like, oh, all right. And then I went back the next day because dude was showing like how the bank can't see what you buy. Like it doesn't show up until like 3 weeks.
Mm.
So the banks don't know that I just bought a new car. So I basically just went the next day and did the same thing because the car didn't show up. It looks like I have no car.
Yeah.
So I just got another one until they started showing up. So I just started getting them until they started showing up. So I got 2 Chargers. Then I went back and got a Tahoe. And then when I got the Tahoe, that's when I told her, I'm like, yo, I'm probably going to tap out soon because they finna start showing up. You should go get some cars. She like, let me just put my Corolla up first. She put the Corolla up. And she's like, yo, that been working.
Mm-hmm.
Then she went and got the Charger. And then she went and back and got a convertible Camaro. And by the time like we looked, bro, we had 8 cars in a Sprinter van. And they all gone. We dropping them off at the airports. People coming picking them up from the crib. I'm actually looking at the math. We doing like 9-10K profit after making the payments every single month. And I'm like, yo, this is going good.
Yeah, I know Toro had a hot streak, you know, at one point, especially when y'all was doing it. I'm seeing it, I'm like, damn, they got a new car every day. It felt like you was driving in them. I'm like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah, we had the Maserati at first. I had grabbed the Maserati. That was the first one I did. I got the Maserati first. Then I went and got the other Chargers and the trucks and stuff. And she was basically running the people. See, I was too nice, bro. Like, I would let people, like, bring the cars back whatever way, no gas. I wouldn't charge them. She'll be on their head. Like, tell them what you'll do. Tell them, like, what
you
the
guys,
people do.
If you know your mom, you know how your mom don't play.
Right.
I am a mom. I do not play. Bring my stuff back the way I said. Put it back the way it was supposed to be. The gas, don't do your stuff you're not supposed to be doing in the car because now I'm trying to set the trip up for the next person and I got to fix all the stuff you messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So if they just didn't get it together, I specifically tell them rules. If they don't follow the rules, I take your deposit.
Basically.
So word went around the street, I will take your deposit. So they knew. They was like, Miss Courtney, I know you don't play, so I brought it back the right way. I'm so glad you guys know, because I will take somebody's deposit.
Word went around Tampa that if you rent from Courtney Mills, that if you didn't bring that car back the right way, she would take your deposit. She was known as a deposit
Take it right.
Miss Take Your Deposit in the streets of Tampa. They know, even my homeboys, bro. I'm like, look, bro, don't come to me about no BS or whatever. She take your deposit just got took. Don't come to me talking about.
I wouldn't just take it just to take it. Like, if there's a reason and you know that your reason is wrong, I'm gonna take it for sure. I might give you
I've been through those situations too, you know, where I may have not filled up the gas, and you know, we all did it, so I understand.
No, that's fine. You can not. I mean, a little bit.
A little bit. Right. Said a little bit.
Let me fill up the tank. What's left, I'll give you back.
I like that she was out there. Yeah, for sure.
So, like, I know you said you're on and off with the businesses. I know you got kids. How has, you know, the kids been with, you know, working the businesses, or is that now your just job to like focus on the business?
I would say more so him. I'm trying to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get the boys just more on like a routine. We have our routine, but there's like no place to put the work into. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, if they're asleep by this time, then I have an hour. As long as nobody wakes up, nobody has a problem falling asleep, then I have an hour to make calls, send out offers, whatever needs to be done. That's my only window to get it done. So he's mostly working it right now, but I'm trying to find my way back into it as, you know, the certified stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, bro, because I can honestly say some of my biggest deals have come off of her tongue. You get what I'm saying? Like, her talking to the sellers, the way she build a rapport, the way she follow up, just the way she cares about the customer. They feel that, you know, and they trust her. And when we get to the closing table, bro, them be some of the biggest deals that came off of her dials and off of her door knocks. I mean, we used to just drive around and we'll call it hop out game. She'll, let me out. Let me out. Yo, she just go walk up to somebody who's sitting outside on their porch and walk up the dude and come back and be like, yo, he said he want to sell. I was like, no, ain't no way. If I did that,
they would probably feel threatened.
I could get hurt. I'll do something like that. But bro, she come back and that deal ended up being a $20,000 commission deal, right? That was a $380,000 listing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that joint come back, that's like a $20K commission. And then the buyer who bought that deal wanted to sell her house in our neighborhood. So that one hop out gang that let me out done turned into like 30, 40 racks, fam. And it's like you miss that when she go on the hiatus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I gotta train another you know, cause dudes is dudes, you know, dudes is sharp, you know what I mean? But dudes kind of play that masculine role a little bit, and you gotta have, like, with some sellers, you gotta have a soft spot. You know,
I already
you gotta
know.
have a soft spot. A woman just can get some things done that a dude can't get done. And then especially like imagine having a mini you, fam. Like somebody who you done molded and trained, and they know your rebuttals, they know your script, they know how you get down, they know how to make offers, but in the woman version.
Yeah.
It's absolutely like,
that's a game changer.
It's nasty, fam. You know, so having kids does slow down her participation on what she can actually do. Now when she got windows or whatever, you know, hey, can I help? You know, like today, she had a window, the kids was down. She hopped on the phone, somebody who I've been trying to get to sign a cash deal, she get them to be interested in a seller creative financing deal. Not just one, two of them. I'm like, dang, fam, every time you come back,
So, like
back
motion.
like I never left. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like back like I never left. She's so motion, fam, and it is a super cheat code. But having kids, you know, it slows it down a little bit. But whenever she coming back, she's snapping.
One thing I did like, you did a free class. I would say this like a year ago, year and a half ago, and I remember like right before the class, you like, or like the night before, you was like, yo, I don't want to do it. Like, you was kind of nervous, you know. But Courtney was like, nah, you doing it, you doing it. And I remember being there. You know, she was handling like all of us. You know, so you could just focus on what you had to do. And I was like, that's dope that y'all like how y'all work together. I like how y'all work together.
Yeah, no, but I'm like that before every
class. Every
For
class.
real?
And I do that every time. I'm like, it's okay. You're fine. Let's go. And he's like, no, I can't. I'm like, you know, it's okay.
I wake up the morning of the class. Oh, man, F this stuff. I'm not finna do this class. I promise you I'm not going to this class. I'm not doing it. You hear me? I don't know why I get myself into it. She's like, yo, you do this every time. Calm down. You got it. You know what I mean? And she'll put me back in my spot. Even like during my downtimes when I don't, you know, we all got that feeling, bro. Like other people might look at you as him or her or whatever, but we get into our own self and get into our own thoughts and start to question who we are. Especially if we having like a slow time or things ain't hitting how it always do, or we getting hit with rejection or whatever, we'll start to doubt ourselves and start to question ourselves. And bro, there's been times where I done laid in the bed for weeks straight, fam, like past 1 o'clock p.m., whatever. And she's like, yo, man, she'll let you have it. Like, let you go through your mind. She ain't finna come, man, come on, get up, man, dude. Like, she won't come like that. She'll let you go through your little time for a minute. And then once she see it lingering on too long, she'll come and be like, yo, what's up? What's going on? I see you ain't yourself. You ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. Remember who you are, these people depending on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes we think, okay, we ain't getting off or whatever. We be selfish, but people look up to us. You know what I'm saying? People be looking for us to post. They be looking for us to do a class. The seller need help. You know what I'm saying? I know you done closed deals where the seller be like, yo, thank you for calling me that day.
Word.
Like, you really saved me. It was a pleasure working with you. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah.
So, times where I get off track, bro, she bring a brother back on track. Like we was talking about at dinner the other day. You know what I mean? It's Gibbs' party, and I'm talking about it. But it's like, I just want to let all the entrepreneurs, all the brothers know, like, yo, having a good woman on your side is a gem, it's a cheat code, and it's a blessing from God.
Now, I'm really happy you did that because it was like, sometimes, you know, like you said, we get selfish and we just think for self. So sometimes it's like, maybe I don't even need that person because I'm doing good by myself. But when you was giving her flowers, it let me know, like, nah, what a woman could do, she could multiply what you do. So that was dope, like hearing that for sure.
The right one though, right? Because, you 30, I'm 30 something and some change. I don't even know that. 30 and some change. And it's like we done came across relationships. We done been with different type of women, different genders, different personalities. And you think you would never find it. You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes we ain't really got to be looking. Like at the time when we met, I wasn't really looking. I wasn't looking for no relationship. I wasn't looking for a woman or a confidant. I was on that what you just said. I'm on that like, I don't need no woman for him. I'll be better off by myself. You know what I mean? It's like a focus.
Yeah.
But it's like, shoot, it kind of what's the word for it? Unforced. Like it wasn't forced. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like it just gelled perfectly. Like it just happened like how we met. It was unforced. Like, and it's been a solid relationship ever since we locked in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, ever since we locked in, a solid relationship. So on a woman's standpoint, you think you'll never meet, like, bro, I'm the cat, like, bro, I ain't never getting married. like, who, me, Mel? Get married? What? I'm gonna playboy this out. You get what I'm saying?
Word.
Even to the point, like, where she found me at. I'm playboying it out. And it's like, bro, I found my wife in there. Mm-hmm. I found the mother of my children in there. Bro, we
Word.
go on this God journey, on this road to Christ, bro. Together, fam.
Word.
I would never even mention Christ and Jesus with other relationships and stuff, like just thinking they're corny or whatever. They don't want to hear that, bro. It's like every avenue in my life, bro. My wife has made it better. Absolutely.
That's dope.
Absolutely. For sure.
So you got a free class coming up. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so on May 10th, you know what I mean, it's called the Real Estate Pros Mastermind. And what I wanted to do, the whole idea, you know, I believe that the Holy Spirit gave me the idea to do it because I would get booked to go to different states and cities to speak on other people's platforms and podcasts and stages and stuff like that. And me being born and raised from Tampa, Florida, is like when I go to Atlanta or I go to a Dallas or I go to a Virginia and I just see the love of the city and how they got all this energy when it comes to entrepreneurship and when it comes to real estate and business. It's like I feel Tampa don't got that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with us, you know, it's not a lot of people like us who doing events in Tampa and doing it for Tampa and giving back to the community like that. So me being born and raised from here, from Fletcher, from the north side of Tampa, behind University Mall, where bro, it's just we ain't even think about entrepreneurship. We never even mentioned the word real estate in elementary, middle school, high school, college, community college, like I went to college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like I ain't start hearing about it until you pop on YouTube or something, or you jump on the internet and they doing it in other places. So it's like, you know, me being 9 years in the game, I definitely wanted to do, and I've always done like little classes here and there in Ybor or whatever and make them small and intimate, but I really wanted to put on a good event and have good speakers who I built relationships with. I wish he was available, you know what I mean? But I know you couldn't make it, you get what I'm saying? But I wanted to invite people who I had relationships with and built a genuine bond with to come on and put on for the city of Tampa. And everybody who is on the stage either is from here or lives here. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't bringing like no Atlanta cats or no Detroit cats or Virginia or Texas. Like I wanted to make it a Tampa event, putting on for the culture for anybody here who wanted to learn about real estate and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's dope. Cause it's like these are the people that they could, you know, meet at the mall, you know, bump into while they're getting something to eat, you know. So definitely show up to that class and get some free game, you know. Who's gonna be on?
Oh, so I already dropped out a guest, so we can go ahead and drop them. I got Jazz from EDB from your academy. I remember when I saw Jazz on your podcast, and I told Courtney this. I was up late night, and I was watching your podcast, and I saw Jazz come up, and I watched the whole thing, bro. She was talking about how she did her first deal and made $9,000 the first day she started calling.
Yeah.
And got a $9,000 deal.
Crazy.
And I'm like, vacant land? Bro, we used to throw land leads away. You feel me? And it's like, dang, vacant land? Dang, she snapping with Eli. I remember Eli, because I remember you had, we had met, you was hitting me on IG, and I think you was either in Pennsylvania or New York. I don't remember where you was or whatever, but you was hitting me up and stuff. Like, you don't try and get into the wholesaling. And then next thing I know, I see you online doing wholesaling land and snapping. And then Jazz was like the first student I seen of yours to come and say like, yo, I made 9 bands working with Eli. And that's what made me start looking into the land. And then I seen she made $100K in the next 10 months and quit her job. And y'all talked about the story, how she called you. Like, yo, Eli, I quit my job today, fam.
Word.
And you was like, that was one of the best calls that you ever had.
Word.
And so, yeah, we got Jazz. Shout out to Jazz, EDB.
Shout out to Jazz.
We got, I made Morgan Nelson a special guest speaker. And he's also going to be a keynote speaker. Morgan did 15 years in prison. He born and raised in Tampa, Florida. He got into some stuff. Had to sit down for 15 years. And he got out in 2018 and totally turned his life around. He started a vending machine business, an Airbnb business, and then he also got a Turo private rental car business. And he just been on his entrepreneurship journey now. He getting booked to do podcasts. He getting booked to speak on stages, and he go speak to the prison. He just got a big voice. He a big dude too, you know what I mean? But he got a big voice, a great heart, bro. And his story touches so many people, especially in the inner city of Tampa. So we got Morgan Nelson, bro, gonna come on with the energy. As soon as he come on, he the first person.
Yeah, we got to get him on the Game Changers.
You got to get Morgan on the Game Changers and
sound like
let
a
him
good
tell
story.
His story will blow your mind. You might drop a 10. I know you're tough, but you might drop a 10. Yeah, Morgan. And then I got my mentor, Eddie Sorales, 40 years in the real estate business. He the one, basically brought me in. He let me stay in an apartment upstairs of his building. And I was basically able to wake up and come downstairs to real estate every single day.
That's dope.
To be able to learn this game and do what I love, bro. He let me stay in his apartment for free for 4 years to teach me this game.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's only right that I had to go come out, blaze the stage. I got Byron Sellers, one half of the Mobile Home Elite Investors. I remember in 2020, we saw I got you. I remember 2020 is when the Earn Your Leisure podcast came out. You know what I mean? And I saw like everybody who big now, like it wasn't big then, but that's kind of like where they got started was on the Earn Your Leisure podcast. I saw Byron and his wife Charnice talking about mobile home investing and wholesaling mobile homes and how you can get into the mobile home game with little to no cash. You can wholesale them, you can keep them. You can buy a mobile home for under 10 grand, and they rent
it out
for what regular rent is. And I'm like, yo, if cats would take their wholesale money and invest in passive mobile home investing, I'm like, yo, so we got Byron. They from Chicago. They just moved to Tampa. You know what I mean? So I linked up with him at Chris Bruce's birthday party event. You know what I mean? So we got Byron Sellers gonna blaze the stage, and then my finale is gonna be Andy Buys Houses. You know what I mean? We got Andy. I think he born and raised from the Tampa St. Pete area. And he got a crazy story as well too. Another black dude, man, coming out here showing people that you can build houses, you can develop brand new construction houses with credit cards and hard money lenders with little to no money out of pocket. So bro, we got a stacked lineup.
Yeah, that sounds
so excited about it. Man.
That sounds dope. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And then I got wifey on the ones and twos. You heard me? Yeah, I got wifey on the ones and twos to make sure everybody good and slideshows and all that type of stuff.
Make sure everything goes copacetic.
Yeah. Who else?
Yeah.
So, where can the people follow you guys at?
You guys can follow me at natural.ne on Instagram. I think it's on TikTok and Snapchat. Everywhere.
Yeah, you can follow me at Real Estate Mills on TikTok and Instagram. I really don't mess with Facebook or YouTube like that yet, but we definitely coming with some long form content. I wanna be more consistent on the long form content, but right now, just Instagram and TikTok, you can follow me at Real Estate Mills for sure.
For sure. And if you want the plan on how to flip land, you know where to come.
Yeah.
Game Changers.
You heard me? Yeah, go ahead. Appreciate you, bro.
Good job.